Aqua Teen Hunger Force is an American animated television series on Cartoon Network's late-night programming block, Adult Swim. The pilot episode originally aired at 5 a.m. on Cartoon Network unannounced on December 30, 2000 as a special sneak peek. The series later made its official debut on September 9, 2001 on Adult Swim. The show is about the surreal adventures and antics of three anthropomorphic fast food items, Master Shake, Frylock and Meatwad, who live together as roommates and frequently interact with their human next-door neighbor Carl Brutananadilewski. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is one of the spin-offs of the show Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and as of 2014, the longest-running original series on Adult Swim, as well as one of the top 10 longest-running American animated television series of all time. Each episode is written and directed by series creators Dave Willis and Matt Maiellaro, who also provide several voices. Starting in 2011, each season has been given a different alternative title, accompanied by a different opening sequence, as a running gag by the creators. Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie film for theaters, a film adaptation of the series, was released in theaters on April 13, 2007, marking the first time an Adult Swim series was adapted into a movie. There have been a total of 130 episodes during the show's run. An episode titled Boston was scheduled to air during the fifth season, but was pulled to avoid further controversy surrounding the 2007 Boston bomb scare, and has never aired or been released to the public in any format. Since its release, the series has developed a cult following, and its popularity has resulted in 3 different spin-offs: Spacecators, Carl's Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week, and Soul Quest Overdrive. Willis has stated that an 11th season will premiere in early 2015. Maiellaro has stated that there are no plans to end the series at any time in the foreseeable future. The series also airs in syndication outside the United States and has been released on various DVD sets and other forms of home media, including on-demand streaming of the first and second season on Netflix. Premise and setting: the series revolves around the surreal adventures and antics of 3 anthropomorphic fast food items, Master Shake, a selfish pathological lying life-sized milkshake; Frylock, a smart protective giant floating box of French fries; and Meatwad, a giant shape-shifting simple-minded meatball. They live together as roommates, next door to a human, Carl Brutananadilewski. The main protagonists often interact with various villains or other individuals in each episode. These interactions are often restricted to one episode, as minor characters rarely reappear in following episodes. Some episodes feature the main protagonists interacting with celebrities and occasionally with historical figures and professional athletes. The Moon-Inits are 2 aliens from the moon who frequently appear, serving as primary antagonists and wreaking havoc through a series of illegal or destructive actions. The Moon-Inits appear more than most characters outside of the main cast. Other recurring characters have made several appearances, including Oglethorpe and Emery, MCP Pants, Cybernetic Ghost of Christmas Past from the Future, and Dr. Wongburger. The series is almost completely non-canon, with episodes that often end with the deaths or injuries of major characters or destruction to their property, often restored with no explanation or mention in the following episode. In the show's first 7 seasons, the protagonists' homes were located in a suburban neighborhood in South New Jersey. In 2011, during the 8th season, the location was changed to Seattle, Washington. The Seattle neighborhood appeared identical to the protagonist's neighborhood from the first 7 seasons, except that each episode began with the caption Seattle on the bottom of the screen. During the 9th season, the same neighborhood was located in the fictional location of Seattle, New Jersey. History: Aqua Teen Hunger Force is the longest-running series on Adult Swim. The pilot episode Rabbit originally aired on Cartoon Network unannounced on December 30, 2000, at 5 a.m., as part of a special preview of upcoming Adult Swim shows. Other shows in the preview block included Celeb 2021, The Brak Show, and Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Aqua Teen Hunger Force later made its official debut on September 9, 2001 on Adult Swim, where the series has since aired exclusively, in the United States. The series received negative national attention in 2007 because of a publicity stunt that became known as the Boston Bomb Scare. On January 31, 2007, as part of a national guerrilla marketing campaign for the series, Peter Berdovsky, 27, and Sean Stevens, 28, installed LED displays depicting the moon in 11 different cities: Boston, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, Seattle, Portland, Denver, Austin, San Francisco, and Philadelphia. In Boston, the authorities considered the LEDs suspicious, prompting the closure of major roads and waterways for investigation. Turner Broadcasting System later admitted placing the LEDs and apologized for the misunderstanding. Berdovsky and Stevens faced charges for placing a hoax device and disorderly conduct. In spite of the uproar, the two mocked the media and critics in interviews. Subsequently, all criminal charges were dropped in exchange for Berdovsky and Stevens apologizing during their court date and accepting a plea bargain which consisted of community service at the Spaulding Rehabilitation Center. Turner Broadcasting paid the Boston Police Department $1 million to cover the investigation's cost and an additional $1 million for goodwill. This action was designed to settle criminal and civil claims, while the general manager of Cartoon Network stepped down because of the incident. Of the 10 cities in which the light-bright like LED displays were placed, only Boston saw them as a matter of concern. The installations had been up for weeks prior to the panic. Production. Every episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force is written and directed by series creators Dave Willis and Matt Maiellaro, animated by Radical Axis, and produced by William Street. Much of the dialogue is supplemented with ad-libs and improvisation by the voice talent. The show is fully scripted but ad-libs are included in the final voice recordings and the shows are animated to include this improvisation. Many, if not all, of the crew and cast members formerly worked on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. The three main characters Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad were originally created for an episode of Space Ghost Coast to Coast called Buffalo Meal, where they were the corporate mascots for the fictional fast food chain Burger Trench. The original versions of the trio were prototypes which resembled the future characters, but both Master Shake and Frylock differed in appearance, personality, and voice from their ultimate design. The original name Teen Hunger Force refers to the squad's mission to conquer hunger in teens. Buffalo Meal did not air for several years, and was not even animated or produced until after the series became popular. Instead, the Space Ghost episode was rewritten as Kentucky Nightmare, while the trio, along with Carl Brutananadilewski, debuted in Rabbit, the pilot episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. A full season consisting of 16 episodes, including Rabbit, was put into production shortly thereafter. The series is now one of Adult Swim's most popular shows, and is the only show from the original Adult Swim lineup to still be in production. In early episodes, the trio were identified by Master Shake as the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which solved crimes for money. After a few episodes, this premise and the use of the name by the characters were dropped. The premise was a trick that had been added to appease Cartoon Network executives, who didn't want to air a show about food just going around and doing random things. In the show itself, Frylock mentions that they stopped fighting crime because that wasn't making us a whole lot of money. A full-length episode satirizing the 2007 Boston bomb scare entitled Boston was produced and finished in its entirety. The episode was intended to be aired in 2008 as part of the fifth season, but Adult Swim was forced by Turner Legal to pull the episode to avoid further controversy surrounding the incident. As a result, Boston has never aired on television and has never been released to the public in any format. When asked, Dave Willis has stated 3 alternative versions do exist but indirectly stated that there is no chance of a release at any time in the foreseeable future. Alternative titles. In 2011 for the 8th season, the series' official title was changed from Aqua Teen Hunger Force to Aqua Unit Patrol Squad 1. Maiellaro later explained that he and Willis were getting bored with the former title and wanted to come up with a new fresh open and a whole new show, just to try it out. In 2012 Maiellaro announced that each season from now on will have a different series title, making it a running gag. Willis has stated that an 11th season will premiere in early 2015. In a 2013 interview, Maiellaro stated that there are no plans to end the series at any time in the foreseeable future. Voice actors. The main cast of the series consists of Dana Snyder as Master Shake, Carey Means as Frylock and series co-creator Dave Willis as both Meatwad and Carl, as well as unannounced. In addition to the main cast, series co-creator Matt Maiellaro voices Ellen cybernetic ghost of Christmas Past from the future. Members of the main cast and Matt Maiellaro also voice several minor and one-time characters in addition to their primary roles. All three of the main characters have appeared in almost every episode of the series. They are all completely absent from the Season 5 episode Sirens, and the Season 10 episode Space Dance. Additionally, in the Season 5 episode Robots Everywhere, Frylock and Master Shake only make brief and scene-speaking cameos, while Meatwad is completely absent from the entire episode. Voiceover artist George Lowe has made several appearances throughout the series run. Lowe has previously starred as Space Ghost in Space Ghost Coast to Coast and the original incarnation of Cartoon Planet, from which several cast and crew members moved on to work for Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Lowe made his first appearance in Aqua Teen Hunger Force in the Season 1 episode Mail Order Bride, and would go on to make several other cameos. Lowe had a prominent appearance as himself in the Season 4 episode Antenna, and reprised his role as Space Ghost for a quick appearance in Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie filmed for theaters. Lowe was later considered a member of the main cast in 2011 during Aqua Unit Patrol Squad 1, where he announced the title for each episode and continued to make cameos. Lowe later made another prominent appearance in the Aqua Something You Know Whatever episode Rocket Horse and Jet Chicken. Series animator C. Martin Croker, known for his interpretation of Zorak in various shows and specials, provided the voices of both Dr. Weird and Steve during the cold openings for the first two seasons and Alan Part 1. Croker also voiced several birds in the Season 7 episode Egg Ball. Andy Merrill has portrayed Oglethorpe alongside Mike Schatz as Emery in several episodes. Merrill is also well known for his interpretation of Brack in several shows and specials and provided the voice of Merlin Escape from Leprecorpolis, and The Last One. MC Chris, who has a history of voicing characters on Adult Swim programs, has provided the voice of MCP Pants in several episodes. Chris also provided the voice of 8-year-old Carl in Cybernetic Ghost of Christmas Past from the Future, and later returned for a musical role in the Season 7 episode 100, after a long absence from the series. Tommy Blatcher entered into the recurring cast with the introduction of his character Wongburger in the Season 4 episode Dixode. With the exception of Tommy Blatcher, the entire recurring cast reprised their roles for the 2007 film Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie filmed for theaters. In addition to the main cast, various comedians, athletes and other celebrities have made guest appearances throughout the series. Cold openings and theme music. During the first two seasons, episodes cold opened with a glimpse into the laboratory of Dr. Weird. He and his assistant Steve use the first several seconds of the show to create monsters, disasters, and various things. In earlier episodes of the first season, the monsters or creations usually formed the basis for the plot, but as the crime-fighting element of the program disappeared, the Dr. Weird segment became a non-sequitur opening gag. In the third season, the Dr. Weird openings were replaced with segments from the pilot episode of Specicators, an unaired spin-off created by Willis and Maiellaro. 6 episodes were planned for production, but Adult Swim felt that there was little, if anything, that could be made into 5 more episodes, since all of the characters were destroyed at the end of the pilot, despite the parent series being predominantly non-canon. These segments featured the Mooninites and Plutonians trading insults, gestures, and practical jokes. The full Specicators pilot is available as a special feature on the Volume 4 DVD box set. The Mooninites appear to outsmart the Plutonians for much of the series, including tagging the Plutonians' ship and reversing a prank that involved 50 million large pizzas. Cold openings were eliminated completely starting with the 4th season premiere, Dirtfoot. A one-off cold opening featuring Dr. Weird and Steve was used once again in the Season 8 premiere Alan Part 1. Maiellaro stated that the cold opening would mark the final appearance of Dr. Weird. Rapper Schoolie D performed the Aqua Teen Hunger Force theme song, used for the first 7 seasons. An extended remix version of the theme was used in the 2007 film adaptation based on the series and in the soundtrack for the 2011 video game Saints Row, the Third. After a multi-year absence from the series, Schoolie D returned for the season 7 episode Rabbit Radu, where he performed a different theme song used exclusively for that episode. The special intro used in Rabbit Radu featured the exact animation used in the regular intro. Each season now features an entirely different theme song from a different artist with a different animated intro. The 8th season under the title was written and performed by Josh Homme and Alan Johannes. Schoolie D returned yet again for the season 9 intro for Aqua Something You Know Whatever, where he wrote and performed it along with Mariachi El Bronx. In April 2013 it was announced that the season 10 theme song was composed by Flying Lotus, an artist whose work has frequently been featured in several bumps for Adult Swim. Every episode features an opening sequence, with the rare exceptions of the season 2 episode The Last One, the season 9 episode The Granite Family, and the season 10 episode Space Caduce. In November 2006 Schoolie D and Cartoon Network were sued over the original opening theme music. A drummer by the name of Terrence Yeaves claimed he had also written the theme music alongside Schoolie D in 1999 while working at the Maiellaro studio. Yeaves was aware the song would be used for a television series but did not approve of it being used for Aqua Teen Hunger Force, however, did not file the copyright to the Library of Congress until May 2006, after the series' 4th season had already started airing. In the lawsuit, Yeaves demanded he receive $150,000 for every time the series was aired after the lawsuit was filed. He also demanded that all existing copies of the series DVDs be impounded and for Aqua Teen Hunger Force to cease broadcast. Episodes. Film. A feature film based on the show, Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie film for theaters, was released on April 13, 2007. The movie follows the origins of the Aqua Teens, which includes an exercise machine, Neil part of the band Rush, a watermelon slice named Walter Melon, and an appearance by heavy metal band Mastodon in the opening sequence. A film also introduces a 4th Aqua Teen, a chicken nugget named Chicken Bittle. The Plutonians and the cybernetic ghost of Christmas Past from the Future, recurring characters, both make appearances in the movie, as well as the Moon-Inits, Dr. Weird, and MCP Pants. For April Fool's Day 2007, Cartoon Network aired Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie film for theaters during the Adult Swim programming block, even though it had not yet been released. The film was played in full for the first few minutes. Afterwards, the film was displayed shrunken in a very small window in the bottom corner of the screen, directly over the normally scheduled programming, and the audio was broadcast on the seldom used SAP. This continued during a Futurama episode, 2 Family Guy episodes, and even an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force itself, Super Birthday Snake. In a 2010 interview, staff members of Radical Axis confirmed that a sequel entitled Death Fighter is in production, and mentioned the possibility that the film might be made in 3D. When asked if the film was designed for a theatrical release, a Radical Axis staff member responded yes, but stated we're not sure if we have a distributor yet. This was then followed by the statement Adult Swim will never make another movie ever again. In 2014, Dave Willis stated that the sequel is scheduled for a release in mid-2015. International broadcast. In the United States, Aqua Teen Hunger Force airs exclusively on Adult Swim. In Canada it aired on Teletoon's Teletoon at Night Block and later G4 Canada's Ad Block. The series currently airs in Canada on the Canadian version of Adult Swim. It began airing in Australia on SBS2 starting April 2013. Merchandise. Several pieces of merchandise have been made for the series, including t-shirts, caps, wristbands, patches, buttons featuring characters in the series. Master Shake and Carl Halloween costumes for adults are also available. There is also a series of collectible action figures and plush toys available along with card decals. Several pieces of custom merchandise were available on the Adult Swim shop before the site quietly shut down in March 2012. Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie filmed for theaters: the soundtrack to the film, was released in stores on April 10, 2007. On November 3, 2009, a Christmas album sung by characters from the show was released entitled Have Yourself a Meaty Little Christmas was released in stores. In September 2010, Adult Swim shop introduced a full-scale, functioning hot air balloon in the likeness of Meatwad at a cost of $70,000. The purchase includes a piloted, one-hour ride anywhere in the continental United States, and the buyer got to keep it although a pilot's license would be required to actually fly it. The balloon was the most expensive item on Adult Swim shop, surpassing the Metalocalypse Deathcloak Fountain, which was released early in 2010 for $40,000. The hot air balloon is no longer available. Home releases: the first 8 seasons have been released and distributed on DVD in volumes by Adult Swim and Warner Home Video. Each set was also released in Region 2 and by Madman Entertainment in Region 4. The movie was released on a DVD set titled Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie filmed for DVD, with the Season 4 episode Deleted Scenes as a special feature on August 17, 2007. The Season 5 episode Robots Everywhere was also released as a special feature on the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro on video game on November 5, 2007, months prior to official television debut on January 20, 2008. With the exception of the Season 4 episode Deleted Scenes, episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force are also available on iTunes, the Xbox Live Marketplace, and Amazon Instant Video, with Seasons 5 and up available in HD on iTunes and the Xbox Live Marketplace, and with Seasons 6 up on Amazon Instant Video. The first 2 seasons have also been made available for on-demand viewing on Netflix. The movie is also available in HD and SD on the Xbox Live Marketplace. The Season 5 episode Boston has never been released in any form of home media. Video games: there has also been video games created based on the series. Aqua Teen Hunger Force: Destructothon, a mobile game based on the series, was published and released by Macrospace Games in 2004. Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro-Am, a golfing kart racing fighting, was developed by Create Studios and published by Midway Games and released for PlayStation 2 on November 5, 2007. An online flash game based on the series entitled The Worst Game Ever was released and made permanently available for free play on Adult Swim Games. Another game entitled Carl's Freaking Strip Poker was also available on Adult Swim Games, but was eventually taken down. Reception: in January 2009, IGN listed the series as the 39th best in the top 100 best animated TV shows. The series was nominated for 2 Teen Choice Awards in 2007 and 2008. In 2011, Dave Willis and Matt Maiellaro received Annie Award nominations for writing in the Season 8 episode, The Creditor. In 2013, IGN placed Aqua Teen Hunger Force's number 19 on their list of top 25 animated series for adults. See also: Aqua Teen Hunger Force: movie filmed for theaters, Aqua Teen Hunger Force Zombie Ninja Pro-Am, list of Aqua Teen Hunger Force episodes, list of Aqua Teen Hunger Force guest stars, list of Aqua Teen Hunger Force characters, references. External links: Aqua Teen Hunger Force at Adult Swim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force at the Internet Movie Database, Aqua Teen Hunger Force at TV.com, Dave Willis on Twitter, interviews, video interview with Dana Master Shake Snyder at Swigged. September 5, 2009, The Sound of Young America interview with Dave Willis. April 24, 2007, interview with Meatwad on Synthesis.net, The Kitten Pants News at the Wayback Machine. Interview with Dave Willis and Matt Maiellaro, December 5, 2004 on kittenpants.org, Master Shake on new movie at the Wayback Machine. Interview with Master Shake, Dana Snyder, April 20, 2007, The Swimcast. Interview with Master Shake, Dana Snyder, Part 1 of April 2, 28, 2008, The Swimcast. Interview with Master Shake, Dana Snyder, Part 2 of April 2, 28, 2008, The Swimcast interview with Dave Willis, December 12, 2008.